Today I'm going to talk about what do home inspectors look for, and I'm going to give you some tips if you're a buyer or a seller. Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time watching, please make sure you subscribe so you never miss another update. If you're on other social media, please make sure you follow us because I do post new videos every single week. My name is Jamey Prezzi. I'm a real estate agent in Miami and Miami Beach, and this channel is about all things related to real estate in Miami and Miami Beach. I love what I do. I love sharing information with you every single week, and I work with my husband, Ognjen Prezzi, and we just hope to be a good resource for you. Let's get started. What do home inspectors look for? The first thing you need to know is, when is a home inspection completed? So if you're a buyer, typically your home inspection gets completed right after you have an executed contract. So this means you've negotiated back and forth with the seller on a contract, it's executed, your agent has said it's executed, we are now officially under contract, and the time period for the inspection period starts. Now, with that said, I would like to tell you that every contract is negotiated differently, and so you need to make sure if an inspection is important to you, and I highly recommend everyone do an inspection, that you give yourself enough time to complete a home inspection. Now, that time period really depends on a lot of different factors. It's something that we always talk with our buyers before they go under contract. So just know, typically, once the contract is executed, then you can do your inspection on the property. If you're a seller, same thing. The home inspection gets completed once you are under contract with your buyer. If you are a seller, you can make a decision if you would like to do your own home inspection before you list the property or while you're listed, so that you know what's what. There are a lot of different opinions on whether or not this is good for sellers. It's something that we have to discuss in detail before listing your property, or if stuff comes up during the listing period. But just know that it's up for discussion. There's a lot of reasons why you may or may not want to do this in advance. Most buyers are still going to want to do their own home inspection because they'll want to have a third party that they hire and pay do their own inspection on their behalf. So let's first talk about what kind of inspections a buyer may order. A general home inspection, a uniform mitigation verification inspection form, which is we also call a WIN-MIT, 4-point inspection, termites, pool, septic tank, mold, plumbing, and seawall. Obviously, this depends on what type of property you're buying. If you're buying a condominium, you're not going to be doing a septic tank inspection. And also, some homes don't have septic tanks. So these are the general inspections that most buyers order, depending on the systems that the property has. From within these inspection reports, they are going to be looking at several key factors. Look at the exterior, the garage, the electrical, the plumbing, the roof, the AC systems. They'll look under the crawl space, they'll check the kitchen, they will check all of the appliances to make sure all the appliances are working. They'll also pay a lot of attention to the 4 main items, which are plumbing, electrical, AC, and roof. Reports can be long, they can be 30 to 40 pages long, some are longer, some are shorter. It just depends on how extensive of a report a buyer wants, and also sort of the standard of that inspection company. And all inspection companies do complete their reports in different ways. Some have more disclosures than others, which takes up several pages of the report. Some are short and sweet. So it just depends on what type of inspector you choose to do your home inspection. After you get the report back, what happens? Depends on what your contract says. Every contract here can be negotiated differently, so it's important that you understand what you are obligated to do or not do, whether you're a buyer or a seller, when you sign that contract and it's executed. If you have questions about that, you definitely want to discuss that with your agent and attorney to make sure you know what are your obligations in regards to the inspection period. Some buyers have this understanding that sellers are obligated to give a credit or make all of the repairs in regards to the inspection report, and ultimately it depends on what the contract says. So make sure that you understand what's what when you go under contract. One thing that I highly recommend is that all buyers perform a proper inspection on a home. You want to make sure that you know what you're buying into, and sometimes things are not always visible at the surface level. So you definitely want to make sure that you use an inspection company to give you an overall idea of what you're buying into. Some properties need additional inspections, and we can discuss that when you go under contract, but there are very big systems and very expensive systems when you own a property, so you want to make sure that you know what you're buying so that you can budget properly for repairs down the road. Now you know what inspectors will look for if you are a buyer or seller. So would you like to get a checklist that goes over all of this in more detail? If so, subscribe to our weekly newsletter using the link below, and I will send you a free list, a beautiful PDF of what, and doesn't everyone love a good PDF? Going into detail more about what home inspectors look for. And if you would like to get a report from any of the local inspectors, let me know and I will be happy to put you in touch with them, and I'm sure we can get you a sample report so you know what to expect. Thank you so much and have a great day.